Hi, I'm Don, and this is I'm Don Radio. Hey, cousin, what's buzzing? What's buzzing? What's buzzing? What's buzzing, my cousin? Yeah, how you be? How is it going? My birthday was just last Saturday. I turned 31 years old on February 28th, 2026. Born in 1995, born and raised Chicago, Illinois. Very proud. Very much have more to do on this timeline. That's why I'm still here with you good people. 31 rotations around the sun. Super lit. Shout out to all my Pisces family. February Pisces gonna do their thing. March Pisces are here. Awesome. Right before we get into the March Aries and Aries season, right? So happy birthday to all my birthday twins, all my fellow Pisces, and everyone's birthdays who's coming up and birthdays that have passed. Shout out to y'all. Hey man, it's gonna be a short episode. I just want to say hey, give a little encouragement for this week. This is the first week of March. First full week of March. We are already in March, you guys. When we started this podcast in the end of 2025, look at how far we have come. What we've discussed and how we've supported each other. That's awesome. I have used this platform to highlight friends. I have used this platform to highlight strangers. And some of those strangers have become friends and business peers, which is awesome. And that's exactly what I wanted. And we're doing the damn thing. Okay? Support. What does support look like for you in general? Support doesn't always have to equal dollars, right? Support financially is not just the only support out there. You need people who will talk about you positively in rooms that you're not in yet, because favor isn't fair. Favor isn't fair, right? There is a lot of things that we have accomplished, a lot of situations we have avoided purely off of favor. Favor isn't fair, right? So support is having those discussions, positive discussions when you're not in the room, having those people you can bounce ideas off, having people who's going to share your posts on social media, who is going to bring you up when people discuss problems. Hey, I've had these breakage in my hair a couple months and I don't know, what to do. Oh, I know someone. I have a friend. I have a peer. I have a spouse. I have a cousin who has a business specializing in the problem you have. Why don't you give them a try? That's support. That's support that is rich and fulfilling and awesome. That is support. There's so many layers of support, but if you're doing it with a kind heart, a genuine spirit, and do it with intention, support is very, very awesome. Support is needed. I have started a business class and cohort that's going to be 12 weeks long. And the knowledge that I am getting every week, I want to share with you guys every week. I want us to learn and grow together. I've learned by my 30th birthday that my sole purpose on this timeline is helping people, being a cheerful giver, being a servant, if you will. I am a helper. I am a helper bee. I know what value I bring to people's business, to people's lives, to anything that I jump into full throttle, because that's the person I am. And that's literally how I began this podcast. I wanted to help people. I wanted a companion style podcast where I could talk to people and encourage them, give them ideas. And I wanted a podcast that highlighted indie artists other than myself. These are all selfless motivation, selfish things that I wanted to do to help other people. Like me, not like me, where I am, not where I am. And I have some amazing support. Amazing support. And that support is usually highlighted in the way of sponsorship. So here's a few of those awesome businesses. Shout out to our sponsors. Here we go. Are you looking for a new hairstylist, barber, or loctician? Lex of LexLoc N Cuts can be of service to you. She is available by appointment only. Call or text 224-706-0727, located at 1305 Wabash Avenue, Thursday to Monday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's 224-706-0727, LexLoc N Cuts. You're probably familiar with paparazzi accessories. Did you know they launched a new line, Cachet by Paparazzi, with 18-karat gold and rhodium-plated jewelry with a 6-month warranty? I know what I am getting for the holidays. I need you to find Melissa McKinney as your paparazzi accessories consultant. You can find her by searching IShopForFun LLC. That is IShop4Fun LLC on Facebook and other social media platforms. Remember Melissa McKinney as your paparazzi accessories consultant. Hey goddess, are you struggling with hereditary acne, particularly before and after having children, or find it challenging to establish a consistent skincare routine? Let us guide you in discovering a personalized routine that addresses the root cause of your acne, providing a long-term solution to alleviate associated stress. Goddess X Skin is here for you now. Follow Goddess Glow Collections on Facebook. That's Goddess Glow Collections. I am proud of you for still showing up, doing the work, doing the shadow work, doing the grunt work, doing the consistency work for whatever it is you are set out to accomplish now, this week, this month, this year. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you where you are, even if you're just in the building stages, the idea stages. You're just writing those things down. Maybe you threw out some of the things you thought you were going to do when we first began the year. And now that has changed. That is okay. Just don't stop. Get it. Don't stop. Get it. Don't stop. Get it. Don't stop. Pause. Grace, with intention, rest when needed, but do not stop moving. Do not stop moving. There are lessons. Those failures, that uncomfortableness, you learn something. You learn, I'm not going to do that again, or I'm going to do that again, or I didn't like how that feel. I'm going to speak up in this way when that happens. Whatever it is, you learn something. You're going to fail. You are going to fail. Let me give a very brief timeline of my entrepreneurship journey. In all fairness, I started my entrepreneurship journey younger me. In grammar school, I went to Beasley Academic Center in Chicago, Illinois. And I would make poems. I knew very early on that I was gifted with words. I loved words, and I would write poems. Now, in grammar school, these were some very lovey-dovey and explicit poems. Okay, I'm not going to dive into that now, but I just remembered what I was writing about, and in grammar school, right before high school, your hormones are in play. I started my cycle at 11, so just to put that in perspective. But I was writing poems. If it was a birthday, if somebody wanted to talk to a girl, talk to a dude, there was note sharing, note passing in that type of age range. And that's how we communicated, because you can't just talk in class, And I realized, again, someone had me write something for them. A lot of people just liked my penmanship. The way it started was different. But I wrote a poem for a little boy who was trying to write to a little girl. I was also a little girl, I'm just saying. And it was a hit, and I was charging, After that, high school, people are paying me to write their papers because I love to write. If you had to write an essay or this and that, people are paying me to copy my notes. People are paying me to copy my test. I'm sorry, y'all. Admitting to cheating. I wasn't cheating. I'm pretty sure if there was an opportunity or something I didn't know, I'm pretty sure I took it. If I could take it without getting reprimanded or getting caught, I'm pretty sure I did. School is difficult. But it's also cheating if I let someone cheat off me, right? But I did. I done it. I didn't do it all the time, but I definitely did it, especially if I was able to get some money out of it. Was able to get free bus cards through this program for school based on my income and my family's financial situation. And I was able to sell those bus cards for a little pocket change, put some of that pocket change on one of the cards, and I was still able to get around. I found a hustle and I found a way in a lot of things because I needed it. I had EBT in college, and that's how I was able to barter to get around. You buy the things that need physical cash. You buy my toiletries and, my smell goods or what have you, and the tissue, blah, blah. And I buy the groceries. I buy your snacks. I buy your and wham whams and boom booms. I buy your chips and your this and that. And that's kind of what I did. I buy this if you buy this. You get this and I'll get this. I had that kind of barter system going, and started selling food. Selling snacks. And man, look, that is literally the beginning of my journey. Leave school, come back to Chicago, Illinois, do not finish. I withdrew. Did the paperwork, didn't just disappear, actually withdrew. And then what did I start? I started right before COVID, 2017, 2018. I started diva cleaning as a private contractor using the available apps, the internet, Handy and things like that, but also getting my own clients and also getting clients from my father, who was in the same business. And I was cleaning residential and commercial properties. And then I started making, I always like food. And I know that I'm supposed to be feeding people, I'm supposed to be feeding a large mass of people. I haven't gotten there yet. And I would make these little donuts and put a brown sugar glaze on them, package them up the best I could with what I knew. At the time you're starting out, you're like putting them in what can hold heat. You're putting them in aluminum foil. You're trying to get the packaging that you can afford and find these cute little baskets or cute little whatever to put them in. And I literally walking down the street, Inglewood, Chicago, walking down the street. Moved back, ended up in 79th, walking up Cottage Grove, Ingleside. I'm just walking, selling these donuts, pitching myself. I had a tisket, a tasket. I had a woven basket. And I put those breakable lights on it, that like glow stick lights at night, and I put them in the basket, and I had them. I was selling them for $1. And if it was years later, I'm on that same street visiting someone, I don't know, passing by. I'm not sure, I didn't live there anymore. And there were people who remember me. Hey, what my donuts at? What them donuts that you had? Them was fire. Those things was bred out of wanting. I just want that. Wanted to own my own business. I want to make people happy. I want to go get it myself and figure that out. And it's like you're either a consumer or you're an owner, And it's funny how my business ventures kept changing hand, but one thing stayed the same, and that was that grit, that want. And those businesses just evolved into another business. So those businesses, those hobbies, as my current doctor professor would say, is that these are hobbies unless you're making, profits, right? But those hobbies or business or what have you were what they were. They were learning tools. I looked at them as failures for so long. I didn't make the best, but I did. I put my name out there. I learned how to. It's kind of like my process as an artist. You got to do the open mics. You got to stand up there. You got to get on certain stages before you can open up that next level to go to bigger stages, bigger audiences, different type of things. But you kind of got to get the leg work in. You got to do those prerequisites. You got to figure out how your stage presence is, figure out how you handle heckling, figure out how you command a stage and what have you. I had to figure out how to move in the business, figure out how to pivot, figure out what I like and don't like, figure out how to deal with people, but figure out how to pitch myself and pitch my business and speak with authority and let people know what I had going on. And all of those business ventures leading here is why I am here and how I am here, the way that I am here. That turned into Bum Odds. I made Bum Odds a clothing brand, which eventually, Cinco de Mayo 2019 is when I started the paperwork and trying to learn for myself and establishing an LLC, Bum Odds LLC, which was an urban clothing brand where I made shirts. I had my own, again, it would be a clothing brand, but it's also, I rehabbed and resold clothes. See something, resell it on eBay or what have you, online Facebook Marketplace, places like that, or even take these pieces and rehab them, put patches on them, sew them up, make them even better, and resell them at even larger value because now they are custom one-on-one pieces of mine. That was Bum Odds. Bum Odds graduated into Don's Beauty and Fashion. Come on, y'all. And I made press-on nails. I still press t-shirts, so now I am even better with pressing t-shirts. I have even better equipment. I have elevated in that way. I want to also get into more into clothes. I want to learn how to be a seamstress so that I can do alterations and things like that and make garments. I make canvas bags. I love making things. I make bags. I make photo tumblers. Then that helping people, wanting to help people and knowing what I know And then seeing people who want to be where I am currently when it comes to photos, when it comes to business, when it comes to marketing. There's always more to know, but there's people who are also trying to get to where you are. So then Tribe Business Services was born, where I do the online marketing. I make photos and pluggers and hoping I can get into even more of that type of work and do obituaries and I could do resumes. I have done resumes. I can do your term papers, and that is what Tribe Business Services, marketing, writing. I could do songwriting. I have done brand songs for businesses. That's Tribe Business Services. That's basically how I've gotten here. That was the full timeline of how we've gotten to Don's Beauty and Tribe Business Services. It's a journey. It is a journey. It's a great journey. And there are a lot of people on this journey with me. There are a lot of people wanting to start that journey. And I feel like I am the liaison. I'm stepping in that space between don't know and want to know. And I help people who want to be helped, who want understanding, who want to grow, who want my help. I do it off the chin, and I know I do it off the scruff. If you know what that means, you know what that means. And so business class is going to help me be able to navigate that. Everything, I don't believe everything has to have a price on it. Everything I do, I need, a price upon it, because I do things out of the kindness. And again, support is not always monetary. Some people can't pay you what you deserve, and favor isn't fair. So what if I was put in a space to be that favor for you, to be that because someone has done that to me, for me, with me, And so that's just where I am with what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and where I am now. And support is important. I have been charged to find a mentor. I have been charged to find a sponsor. And that's something different. I've never asked someone to be a sponsor. Like, hey, I got this, you got the money. A mentor is different. You're asking someone to be your sounding board. You're asking someone to take me under their wing and teach me what they want to know. If a person is already equipped with a want to teach, so there's a lot of people with knowledge who do not know how to teach. There's a lot of people with knowledge who do not wish to teach. That's just not their thing. They're not good at giving it to a person a certain way. A lot of time, like with cooking, I have my grandma on my father's side. I didn't learn how to cook from her because she did not like people in the kitchen when she was cooking. She does not have like a joy of cooking. She knows how, she likes it, but it's more of a survival thing. Let me get this food cooked. Let me get these kids fed so I can get the hell out of this kitchen. My grandfather, he loved cooking. You weren't in his way. If you were in the kitchen and you asked the question, he loved it. He would explain to you why he was doing what he's doing, what it was, and what have you. I just remember a pot being on the back of the stove, and he just kept adding water to it for hours and hours and felt like days. And it's like, what the hell is back there smelling so good? But he's just pouring water, checking on. I think it was like a ham hock or something back there, just a snout, a very country man. And there was that difference. They both had knowledge. They both were skilled in that, but only one of them was willing to, only one of them could be a mentor. That was just my point. So looking for a mentor is not hard once, you find people who actually want to. And that's something I've done before. But a sponsor, again, that's going to be different territory for me. So we're going to have that journey together. If I figure out how to do it, you're going to figure out how to do it, and we're going to do it together. We're fox with each other. Okay? Oh my goodness. If you want to know what that was from How High. So just go ahead and watch the movie. But Yes, this is a journey we're on together. That is where I am currently in my journey. Make sure you comment and let me know where you are with your journey. What can I do to encourage you? What support do you currently have or wish to have? Do you have a mentor? Do you have a sponsor? Currently, I need you to be ecstatic, happy, find the good, the vibrant pieces in where you are currently. Because we're doing a damn thing and ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. You hear me? We're doing this. We're doing this together. And I'm so glad I have you, cousin. I'm so glad you have me because we're doing this together. There's nowhere else to go but up. Nowhere else to go but up. We breaking ceilings. We Willy Wonka. We in the air. The ceiling broke. We still in the glass elevator, looking over the town. We up there. Before I go, I'm going to play some music. I'm going to play a few songs, and that's how we're going to end this podcast. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your first week of March. And next week, we're going to talk again. And we're going to have a great time, like always. And I'll be able to share with you what I've learned my first week of my business course. It's 2 times a week. My first time was yesterday. My next class is Thursday. And when I see you again on Wednesday, that would be 3 classes in all. I will have 2 Tuesdays and a Thursday under my belt. So I'm pretty sure I have something to let you know. Until then, cousin, I love you. I mean it. I ain't playing. I'll talk to you later, you guys. This is Hi, I'm Done Radio. Bye. Damn, oh, babe. You killed this shit. What you gonna do? Where's Q for that beat again? We so in a hurry and time's moving at a steady rate. Stop to reflect on that one. So why don't you take your time and do it right? Slow and steady to perfection. Patience is a virtue. Find your spot in the sunroom. Life's cruel, what you gon' do? Can't stop and stew, cause we're on the move. Unsure you should ask somebody looking for some pity. We don't throw them type of parties, no. It's your agenda, sugar or splendor. Could be creating while you are waiting. Alarm can be set and I wake up ahead of time. Hey, how could that be when it's not on my mind? My guardian angel, how you wanna say thank ya? I plan ahead and I use every moment. I guess I need a few of them for enjoyment. Success has no reason, no right. Hey, what you gon' do. Can't stop and stew, cause we on the move. Unsure, you should ask somebody looking for some pity. We don't throw them type of parties, no, girl. No, 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 no. Yeah. No, 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 no. Patience is a virtue. You gotta find your spot in the sunroof. It takes patience. It takes patience. It takes patience. Beauty. One thing for sure and two things for certain. One thing for sure and two things for certain. I know we all got a purpose, gotta tap into that focus. Didn't always feel that way. Damn, growth looks good on me. If you ignore all your demons, they'll just come to the forefront. Your empire's coming undone. Always rise from the ashes. One thing for sure and two things certain. Only time I stop trying is when I'm done breathing. I'ma tell you fear, just like this, you're at the top of the list to dismiss, so get to stepping. You ruin everything, but I let you, so I guess it's we. Mirror, mirror, who learned a lesson better? Know it's me. Fear, you don't have a place here anymore. Fear, you don't have a place here. One thing for sure and two things for certain. One thing for sure and two things for certain. I know we all got a purpose, gotta tap into that focus. Didn't always feel that way. Damn, growth looks good on me.